any article that I've ever done or like conversation I've had, people will say the trend of upcycling. It's mostly just like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Because like, I don't see it that way. And I don't think anybody else should see it as a trend. But I do think if you limit your mindset into like thinking that upcycling is only here for the moment, like, okay, well then give me solutions of what we're gonna do with all this material in the future. Just making shoes, I don't know. My name's Nicole McLaughlin and I'm based in Boulder, Colorado. I feel like I'm on like MTV Cribs and like here are my sewing machines. I think the first time I ever got into repurposing, I was pretty young. I don't know why, but I had so many side businesses as like a child. I had one where I sold Barbie clothes at school and I would make jackets out of like paper towel or like napkins. I think I found some type of excitement in turning one thing into another without really even knowing that was going to be my future. Here's my rock climbing wall. I had been applying for jobs nonstop. My last semester of college, I knew at that point I wanted to go into the creative industry. I didn't know which avenue. 3 days before graduation, I got a call from Reebok. And I wasn't going to an art school, so like I didn't have this great body of work to share, but they took a chance on me and offered me this job. Definitely not in the Prada Stompers. Crazy. Reebok had this giant headquarters in the suburbs of Boston, and in 2017, they decided to move. Everyone pretty much had moved all their stuff, their desks and stuff over to the new office, but I would sneak into the old office and there was so much cool stuff that was left. And so I thought it was so cool and I didn't have any like idea of what I was gonna do with it, but I would take things home. That was the start of my upcycling journey. I figured, I was like, all this stuff is still really usable. Why don't I try to figure out what to do with it? A lot of my earlier projects, I was using sporting equipment. So I would take like tennis balls and volleyballs and things that's like, again, we've all had this experience with it, but you've never seen it not as a volleyball or not as a tennis ball. You've never seen it as a shoe. You've never seen it as a hat. You've only ever seen it in one way. So it's really cool to be able to break that. Upcycling is being able to see potential in what already exists by transforming it and extending the lifespan. That's what I used in my TED Talk. Sorry if it sounded forced. Being in Colorado, going on a hike, or just a walk down the bike path, like having my mind just sort of endlessly wander is really refreshing and something I haven't really felt almost since I was a kid. I think that's where I do come up with some of my best ideas. The work that I create, it's mine, but it's not mine. I'm continuing the life of a material that already exists. Someone already created this garment or this item, and I'm simply just prolonging the life of it. And so I guess like in a way that's preservation. I think that that's kind of an interesting word that I haven't really thought of, and like, you know, preserving nature is definitely like a key message in what I do, but also it is sort of the work I create. I love that the line is so blurry. People always are like, oh, so are you a fashion designer or like artist? Like anyone that addresses me has like a different term for it. And I think that's kind of cool. I always thought it was a little pretentious to say like multidisciplinary, I don't even know how to say it, multidisciplinary designer. But I feel like that's sort of what I am. I like being able to keep it open because every day is sort of a different project.